Hi viewers, Kathleen here again. Today I want to talk about the recent proposal to have the Kenyan private security companies given arms. So this is my take on the proposal. After the D2 attack, somebody came up with a proposal to have the Kenyan private security companies armed with licensed guns. This could supposedly help in reducing terrorism in Kenya, and Uganda was used as a gauge for this proposal, since the country has allowed its private security companies to have guns and that it has enjoyed a long period of freedom from terrorism. As a student of history and security, if this happens, then it is going to be the worst decision ever made in Kenya, and it is even going to triple terrorism and skyrocket crime and robbery with violence in the country. Let's go back to history, to the scramble and partition of East Africa. The British really wanted copper ores in Uganda. However, Uganda was landlocked. So Uganda being a landlocked country, Britain had to colonize Kenya. In this way, Kenya could easily act as a gateway for copper ores from Uganda to the port of Mombasa and then to the overseas. In this regard, Kenya's colonization was due to its strategic location. Now link this strategic location to the present terror attacks in the country. It is unfounded to claim that Uganda has enjoyed peace from terrorism for a long period of time, since it is private security firms are armed. We need to understand and answer some few questions for us to unmask the question of terrorism in Kenya. And some of these questions should be, we should understand where is Somalia located, where is Uganda located, where is Kenya located, but most importantly, what is the driving force behind the terror group activities, not only Al-Shabaab in Somalia, but another terror group in the whole world. What drives them? What do they want to gain? What is the end goal for every operation or for every activity that terror groups partake in? So, this being the case, perhaps we need to start understanding Somalia, Uganda, Kenya, and East Africa a bit. So the truth of the matter is Al-Shabaab is more pronounced in the southern part of Somalia, which is more close to Kenya and Uganda than in other country in the Horn of Africa. But again, remember we said Uganda is a landlocked country, and therefore most economic activities in the country relies on the port of Mombasa, and therefore Kenya is a very, very important player in Uganda economy and Uganda's life, as far as transiting its goods from the country to outside the country is concerned. So so this being the case, if Kenya is hit, it's not only Uganda that will feel the impact, but also other countries that have invested in Uganda and have invested in Kenya. Now you see, if Kenya is hit, the impact is double as compared to if Uganda is hit. So it's on this setting that I say that if Al-Shabaab hit in Uganda, the impact will not be as greatly felt as it could be the case if Kenya is hit. Additionally, Kenya has media freedom. We have freedom in Facebook, freedom in WhatsApp, Twitter, and everywhere. But when you look at Uganda as a country, in fact, Facebook and WhatsApp are taxed. And remember, these are the platforms that plays a very major role in sharing information about terror attacks, videos of terror attacks, the people who have been hurt, where the attack has taken place, the property that has been destroyed. Facebook and WhatsApp plays a very great role in sharing this information. So you look at a situation where Uganda is landlocked, Uganda is taxing the use of these platforms, and Kenya, the use of these platforms is free. So you can imagine if there was an attack in Uganda, the spread of that information through Twitter and Facebook will not be as great or as fast as in the case in Kenya, where people are free to share any information over the media, and that media is not taxed. Again, when you look in Kenya, you realize that Kenya houses some of the world's leading media houses and firms such as CNN and Al Jazeera in its capital, that's Nairobi. So if Kenya is hit, there will be a lot of media coverage, and therefore that terror attack will easily be shared across the group within the shortest time possible, and this will help in advancing the terror group's major agenda, because the major agenda for terror groups is to gain popularity and be felt that actually they exist. And there's no way they are going to be felt that they exist if they don't hit and the information becomes viral. So the fact that Kenya has freedom of the media and houses some of the global media houses, it is easy for that information to spread across the group compared to a country that does not have media freedom. So this being the case, I could comfortably say that claiming that Uganda has enjoyed freedom from terrorism because it has given arms to its private security firms is unfounded, both historically and presently. And again, I could say it's not about our porous borders or KDF being in Somalia. Again, if we go back to history, when AMISOM was formed, it was not Kenya alone that formed AMISOM. AMISOM stands for African Mission in Somalia. So, AMISOM is entirely an African thing. It's not a Kenyan thing. And you realize that we have countries like Ethiopia and DRC who are contributing a large number of soldiers to AMISOM in Somalia than Kenya. But these countries have not been hit, or they have not been victims of constant terror attacks. So the question is not about let's withdraw our soldiers from Somalia. The question should be, why us, when in fact we are among the countries contributing a less number of soldiers to fight in Somalia? And then about porous borders, it's not only Kenya which is bordering Somalia. We have Ethiopia with the longest border with Somalia. But again, Ethiopia does not fall a victim of constant terror attacks from Al-Shabaab. Perhaps one can say it's because right now Al-Shabaab are more concentrated on the southern part of Somalia, which is more close to Kenya and Uganda. But that one does not mean that if they want to, they cannot hit Ethiopia. Now, we need to understand one thing. Kenya, by default of its geographical location, will face terror attacks not only from Al-Shabaab in Somalia, but from any other terror group in the world that wants to advance its agendas to the group. So this being the case, we should not talk about let's harm our watchmen, let's withdraw our forces from Somalia, let's build a security wall around Kenya-Somalia border. Because today we may deal with Al-Shabaab, we finish, yes, we build that wall and so forth. But again, maybe another terror group may emerge in Kenya. Or another terror group may come from even another country, which is not Somalia. So the question is, with our strategic location being both a curse and a blessing to us, what should we do? Our strategic location is a blessing to us because we are able to attract foreign investors. We have that group would say. But again, it is a curse because the same way we attract foreign investors is the same way we attract terror groups that want to be had. So the question, the most important thing that as a country we should do is not to give guns to our watchmen to counter terrorism. It's not going to help us because most of these watchmen, we will not be able to give them the same training we give to our security men. And if we're going to give the same training, that means a double cost. So we should think of making our security department and our intelligence department more efficient and more effective. So by this I mean, instead of thinking of giving guns to private firms, we should think about having modernized weapons of violence for a country, and we should train our already trained soldiers on more on security issues, on terrorism issues, how to act when there's terror attack, and how to coordinate the rescue missions, and even how to prevent an attack before it takes place. Our intelligence needs now to be extra vigilant and try to gather facts, try information that can really help Kenya as a country. And once they know that they have found information, like there's a planned terror attack somewhere, they should be able to convey the information fast and even help in preventing the attack before the attack takes place. But we cannot sit down and say, now we have been attacked constantly, let's give guns to our gatemen and gatewomen who man maybe supermarkets, who man banks, who man malls. It's not going to help, because having weapons in circulation is like having the state apparatus of violence in circulation. And you know, these apparatus of violence are a symbol of power. And remember, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. You want to take a gun and give to somebody who has not even gone to a military class. He doesn't understand what is fighting, and you want to give this person a gun. Perhaps after 2 months training, you give them the gun. And then this person, you pay this person 10,000. And at night, he knows the pose punked 1 million. What is he going to do? The same gun will be used in violence and to attack the boss who went and punked 10 million and pays this man 10,000. So you see, we are going to have a chaotic society in Kenya if you are going to think about giving arms to a gatemen and gatewomen. So we all need to stand firm and face the reality of terrorism and stop beating around the bush. Let's understand that actually what kills us, it's our strategic location. But we can do something and make our strategic location a blessing other than a curse. Otherwise, my fellow viewers, let's all be vigilant, let's keep safe. Security begins with you and me, and let's be each other's keeper. Thank you so much.